Day 4 of the 12 Days of Christmas, Season 8. Let's get right into it, guys. No messing around today. We have another custom, and I really love this one. I've actually been holding on to it for quite some time. I think it's been 6 or 7 months since I got it, so yeah. Super overdue for a review, and so thankfully, he has a spot here in the 12 Days of Christmas. Obviously, he is a blue version of the Tokyo cab from Cars 2, Bob Pulley, who actually happened to be re-released this year. It was his first time from Thailand, being released in Case E initially. I think he was in a later case as well, but Case E was his debut case. And Sungeyon Goh is the name of this orange version, and Trunk Fresh Green 34 suggested him and named him, so it's pretty cool. Trunk Fresh Green 34 is obviously an amazing cars YouTuber. You should definitely check him out. But yeah, he has a personal connection to this car, which is why I'm so happy to be reviewing it for him, because he named him. And so he named him after Sungeyon Goh, who works at Pixar, of course, Pixar employee in the visual effects animation camera department. So very cool stuff. And actually, if you guys are wondering, why would you just recolor an old car? This guy appears in the movie, and you will see that. There's actually multiple colored taxi cabs. I believe there's a yellow and a red one as well. And so maybe have to customize those in the future. However, there are some complications that we'll also get into later. So a lot of stuff going on in this video. And Jared Darrow, aka Darrow Design, did this custom. So again, I'll leave his contact info in the description below. You'll see a lot of his stuff throughout the series this time because, like I said in my review of Everett Maserati, he just makes great customs, and you know me, I love expanding the universe, and a lot of them are going to be from Cars 2 because that movie expanded the universe. And so he actually decided to put the custom in the package of Bob Pulley, which makes perfect sense. I mean, it's great for shipping. It like protects him perfectly. And so there you have Bob Pulley. On the back here, you can actually see his stock image. Now, Bob Pulley was initially released from China in 2016, so it's been 5 years. He was definitely due for a re-release. Very underrated character as well. Definitely worthy of maybe a forlorn episode. But yeah, you can see some other Cars 2 characters on there. And I'll be right back with this guy all opened up. Alright, so here is Sungeyon out of the package, looking really good. This actually might be one of my favorite customs from Darrow Design. It just looks so crisp. But for the doubters out there, there he is in Cars 2, kind of a quick shot, obviously. I mean, same thing with Bob Pulley. But yeah, definitely going to have to think about getting that red one for sure. But what I meant by complications is that not all of the taxis have the same decals. The orange one and the blue ones do, at least from what I can tell. And that, you know, what I'm referring to are the red and pale white stripes. You have the checkerboard stripe across the sides, and then this city taxi logo down here. I'm pretty sure that red one has some other stuff going on, so that one might be a little bit more difficult to pull off. But before we dive into the review, I do want to call back to Charles Drunged, who is another taxi cab that Darrow Design customized. I did actually get around to reviewing him over the summer. He obviously appeared in Cars 2 as well, but London. And this is just going to reignite the conversation of the existence of taxi cabs in the Cars universe. Everyone gets really heated about this. It kind of gets funny. But basically, why do we need a taxi? We know cars can't get into other cars. At least we hope not. Maybe a big bus. Obviously some planes like Everett. But yeah, no one's getting inside Chauncey Fares and Charles Drunged here. So maybe they serve more as tour guides, but then again, we know that probably cars have the ability to have some GPS, maybe like some sort of chip implanted in their head, which I guess would kind of just be like inside their cabin. I don't know. Super weird. That's how I'm going to end the taxi cab debate. It gets really philosophical, and my channel is not Augustine's Confession, so we're just going to, review him for face value here and not really worry about, his existence, because we don't want him to go into an existential crisis 10 days before Christmas. Actually, no, it's 8 days before Christmas. We gotta respect Sungeyon here. All right, so This also kind of gives us a peek into what Bob Pulley looks like from Thailand, which is a good thing because I did not review the Thailand version of Bob Pulley. I don't really review that many Thailand variations unless they are significant. But first off, you can see that the eye plate is now a separate piece instead of being a part of the metal body. And I mean, I don't really care all that much. It gives a little bit more definition, so honestly, it doesn't look bad. Now, those side view mirrors here and here are bigger, which is interesting. They are definitely differently shaped. Differently shaped. That's a tongue twister. You got the grills there, which are separate kind of plastic pieces. It feels, well, I guess it is metal, but it's definitely textured, which is nice. They have the little light bar on top there that reads City Taxi. I have to say Bob Pulley's looks a little clearer than Sungeon's, but obviously that is because of the Thailand switch. The quality of decals overall has declined. Now he made those little lights silver there, whereas originally they were orange, and they are plastic inserts from inside the body, similar to the side view mirrors. His stripes are like a maroon red and then kind of like a pinkish white, which is pretty cool. I like that he changed them up a little bit from Bob's, which are just like a standard red and a standard white. You have the checkered board line there, some sort of text that reads in Japanese characters, and then the numbers 135 or 139. See how much clearer it is. I mean, again, I don't want to seem like I'm bashing Darrow. That is Thailand's fault. Like, it's 100% Thailand's fault. But yeah, it is clearer there. And you could also see some Japanese characters above. And then I really do like this City Taxi logo. I think it's really neat. It's really unique. It's like a Zen Master guy almost. Actually, there's like a tire there. Like you could see the Zen Master hat. Like a face, two arms, and a tire. So it's like a bike. It's super weird. Actually, oh my god, no. Oh my god, I completely misread that. That's actually, you can see the grill in the middle there, and those are the headlights, and then those are tires. Wow. That's a weird logo. I don't think I've seen a logo that strange. It's a cool logo, but for sure, like, it could be misinterpreted. Like, I totally thought those were almost like two separate guys, and then maybe like bikes, but yeah, that's supposed to be like looking at the front of a car. Huh. So weird. I like his rims. They aren't silver like on Bob. They are gray. Now, for whatever reason, actually, no, he's supposed to have this. It's Jesse Hollander who's not. But yeah, anyways, these taxis have like a very nice kind of mesh backing so you can't see inside, I guess. So that makes sense. They want to give them some privacy, but it's a very fancy type. Reminds me of like a kitchen, you know, like some Victorian kitchen would have like a curtain like this. But yeah, it looks really nice. And for some reason, they put this on Jesse Hollander as well, who was another 2016 release in the same series as Bob Pulley. They were released like a case apart. So it makes sense that Mattel, they're the same model as well. So it makes sense that they made that mistake. But I always thought it was like a prototype that had this, and it really should. But nope, every single one has that. Maybe, though, it's supposed to be like that. Maybe that's just how the model was made. But I really doubt it, and I have support for my answer that we'll get into in a little bit. But anyway, no license plate. That is okay. You just see the differences of the backs there. I like how Jared made them unique. So this tire has the letters or lettering on it that reads Tokyo, and then something that's too small for me to make out. You can see the same tire here on Bob Pulley. I can't really see. It says something City Taxi. Let me see if I could put it up to my face and read it. I think it just says Tokyo City Taxi in that small print, and that says Tokyo as well in the bigger print. But yeah, there's some additional decals here on Bob that Sungeyon does not have, but then again, like I said, I like having that difference because obviously not all taxi cabs are going to be uniform. But anyways, there are a couple models that are alike these. I just showed Jesse Hollander. He's a spitting image released probably like a month and a half before Bob Pulley was. Way back in 2016. It was like April and then May. Something like that. And The only difference in the model, obviously, are the holes that account for the light bar up there, right? That's it. We also had Trent Croto, who was a deluxe in 2015. Now, he also is the same model, but again, doesn't have those holes in the roof. So he does not have that mesh curtain on the back window, which is why I think, Jesse Hollander is not supposed to have that. But I really do think that Jesse Hollander is one of the lamest releases ever, because we already had Trent Croto. They have similar expressions. Their color's off by a couple shades. Such an unnecessary release, Jesse Hollander. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Then we also have the originator of this model, and that is Ito-san. So he obviously appeared in Tokyo Mater, and his model is slightly different. He's got the curb feelers here, which I think are so neat. Like, not many cars have that at all. But they are all the same model. You can see how they all have like the little indentation or the outline for the license plate there. And Mattel has been grinding on this model for a while. So 4 characters they got out of it, and now we got customizing opportunity as well. So cool stuff. A lot of people also think of Chuck Manifold when they think of these characters, because they're like the same color and they're both sedans, but Chuck Manifold's quite a bit smaller. And then last but not least, I want to show the other prominent taxis in the Cars universe. We obviously have Vern, who was the Cars 1 taxi that really started the conversation. You have Chauncey Fares there on the right, and then his companion Charles Drunge, who was that custom. So look at this. You have the Mattel releases in the middle and the customs on the sides. That's how I like it. Expanding the universe. Customizing is where it's at. And let me know in the comment section below, do you prefer Sungeyon Goh or Charles Drunge? Both, again, appeared in Cars 2, if you look close enough. And that is day 4 of the 12 Days of Christmas. We are now a third of the way through the series, which is just mind-boggling to me. That is way too fast. But, man, when you're having fun, time flies. As cliche as it sounds, you know what? It is true. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 5. Bye now.